Today we're going to go over a really huge situation regarding a major security failure that led to one of the most expensive online heists we have ever seen on the platform. Now, to establish the context of who was actually targeted in this major security breach, the account that got hacked goes by the username 707list, which is actually a very famous alternative account owned by John Zaletsky, who used to be a very high-ranking administrator for the platform back in the early days of the website. He essentially used his secondary account as a giant storage vault to hold all of his extremely rare items so they would be kept safe away from his main profile. Because he used it strictly as a storage vault, the account became very rich over the years and was officially ranked as the 6th richest player on the entire website with an inventory valued at nearly 400 million Robux. This account had been completely offline and inactive for over 5 years, just sitting there as a quiet storage account until someone finally managed to break into it and change the avatar to wear a yellow shirt with a red V on it, and the V on the shirt stands for Vermilion, which is a heavily flagged exploiting website that got taken down, so you already know what that pretty much means here. Now, to talk about what the hackers did the second they gained access to the profile, when someone breaches a highly valuable account like this, their only goal is to transfer the expensive items away as quickly as possible before the original owner notices what is happening and contacts the staff to lock them out. Now, I think a lot of people are not used to how the trading economy works on the platform, and are more used to just merely playing some games on Roblox because the whole trading system seems to not be as common as they used to be, so I will explain it simply. There are certain items and hats on the website that are called limiteds, which means only a certain amount of them exist, and players can buy and sell the items to each other using a virtual economy. Some of these items are so rare that they act like digital specs of collectibles and are worth tens of thousands of real-world dollars. Normally, to trade these items, you have to send a request to another player and swap items of similar value, but instead of doing a normal trade, the hacker decided to aggressively sell off the entire inventory by listing these legendary items on the public catalog for the absolute lowest price possible. They took items like the Dominus Imprius, which has a current value of 40 million Robux, and they put it on sale for only close to 100 Robux, so it was sold instantly. They did the exact same thing with other very expensive items that are worth millions of Robux, but were sold for basically nothing just to get them off the hacked account quickly. By artificially dropping the price of about 100 Robux, they pulled off a very coordinated strategy where the hacker works with other specific accounts who are sitting on the item page, waiting to instantly purchase the item the exact second it gets uploaded for an extremely cheap price. However, this red strategy is exactly where the hackers made a very critical mistake that completely exposed their entire operation to the public. Because the platform has a public system that tracks the ownership history of these limited items, every single one of those cheap sales left a permanent paper trail for everyone to see. Community tracking websites like Roblox instantly log whenever a high-value item is sold, and these logs explicitly show the exact usernames of the people who bought the stolen items. The public records clearly show users with names like the one shown here actually acquired these stolen assets just minutes after the admin account was compromised. But the most blatant piece of evidence comes from the username litigated, who actually linked the hacked admin account directly into his own Discord connections. By attaching his own profile to the stolen account, this sadly implies that he was either the main hacker or directly involved in the theft, which is a really huge mistake to make during an online heist. It's actually pretty hilarious that someone thinking they have 9,000 IQ would target an account with such a high profile status and expect to just walk away with the items cleanly while leaving their exact transaction history completely visible to the Roblox moderators. Literally so dumb. Now, to talk about how the staff handled a situation like this and what is going to happen to the people who bought the stolen goods, the buyers who coordinated to snap these items for 100 Robux probably think they just managed to get away with the greatest trade in the history of the platform, but the reality is that their accounts are completely doomed because the platform has a very strict protocol designed specifically to handle high-profile account theft and fraudulent item transfers. When a system detects that bad trades are taking place, especially involving a compromised admin account, they will step in and force a transaction adjustment to reverse the damage. This means they will reach into the buyer's inventory and delete the stolen item and force it back onto the original owner's account so the hacker does not get to keep the profit. And while they do technically refund the original 100 Robux that was spent to buy the item, the usual corporate message for this process explicitly states that any willful participation in account theft will result in the termination of the associated accounts. So the users who coordinated to buy those stolen items will literally have their accounts permanently wiped off the platform for violating the terms of service, and it turns out that the whole heist would be a massive fail. So it is clear that there's a severe breakdown in platform security if a former admin can have their giant storage vault hacked and empty in a matter of minutes, but it also proves that you cannot run a highly coordinated heist on this platform without leaving a permanent trail of evidence that will eventually get your account permanently deleted by the Roblox staff. So hopefully they learn a lesson and don't try to do stuff like that again. Anyways, thank you all for watching. I'll see you in the next one.